What is up? It is Big Chart Trades back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to catch the manipulation and trade the distribution. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I trade the 4-hour PO3. So essentially what I do every single day is get an entry on that manipulation of the PO3 and then trade the distribution to opposing liquidity. So let me just, before I get into anything, let me explain how candles work. Okay. So candles, what they do is they open this is a bullish candle. They open, manipulate lower, distribute higher, and then close, right? For a bearish candle, they open, manipulate higher, distribute lower, and then close, right? This is essentially open, low, high close, and open, high, low close. Okay, these are two types of candlesticks that happen. This is the foundation behind every single candlestick on the chart. This is the foundation behind it. So how do you catch that manipulation and trade the distribution? Okay, so in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to cover. But instead of covering it on drawings, like I normally do, I also give you chart examples. But I just want to show you, it's another back testing session of how I catch the manipulation, trade the distribution. This is essentially PO3. This is what it is. But the last back testing video I made helped a lot of people. So I'm going to make this one help some more people. Okay. So we're on the 4-hour time frame here. Let me just cut to this candle right here. Okay, this is a great example. So what do we have here? Okay, this is the 6 p.m. candle. Let me drop to the 15-minute time frame, or the hourly, right, whichever one. And what we're looking for this 6 p.m. open is, okay, right, this is 5:45. This next candle is 6 p.m. Okay, so what we're looking for is three things. Okay, we are looking for a PD array on the 15-minute or hourly time frame. Okay, and then we're gonna align time frames. Okay, so 15-minute PD array is aligned with a 1-minute execution, and 1-hour PD array is aligned with a 15-minute or a 5-minute, execution. So then we look for the three confluences on those lower time frames, which is a liquidity sweep, right? A SMT with ES, and a change in steady delivery, which is our entry. Now, this is going to be a backtesting session. There are not going to be any cuts in this video, so you're going to see exactly what this is. So right here, right, as you can see, it's 6:40. This is 5:45 p.m. Okay, so a 6 p.m. 4-hour candle is about to open. Now we're on the 15-minute time frame, and what I'm looking for is a PD array. Okay, now the first thing that I see is this order block right here. Okay, so this is my PD array. And since this is a 15-minute PD array, I'm going to drop to the 1-minute time frame because the 1 minute is aligned with 15-minute. And as soon as this 6 p.m. candle opens, I want to see, oh wait, let me put on, by the way, this is my indicator that I use for the 4-hour time frame, or 4-hour candle, right? Higher time frame, power of 3, 2 degrees. Okay, let me just put that on the chart right there. Okay, and these are my settings. Let me edit those. Okay, don't want all of this stuff. Let me edit the settings really quick. I'm going to put the 4-hour, and then let me just make it the same as my chart color. Okay, and then let me offset it by like 5. Okay, and I don't like having this thing on here. Let me just edit this off. Okay, how do I edit this off? Okay. All right, for some reason, tables. There we go. Okay, so this is that. So this candle right here closed bearish. All right. Back on the 15-minute time frame, right? Price pulled, sorry for that. But that is the settings. That's the settings I use for this candle. I know I've been getting a lot of questions. How do I get this indicator? Well, this is the indicator. So as you can see, it's still 5:45. Okay. Price pulls into this 15-minute order block. So we drop to the 1 minute, right? Because the 1 minute is aligned with the 15-minute. And we're looking for the three things that I mentioned earlier, which is liquidity sweep, higher time frame, liquidity sweep, SMT with ES, and change in state. So This is sell side liquidity right here. Okay. All right. This is that 15-minute order block that I marked out. Now, 6 p.m. candle opens. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we immediately sweep that liquidity. Let's see. Okay. Sweep it again. Okay. At this point, guys, we swept liquidity. I'm assuming we have SMT with ES. I don't know how to check it on the replay feature for ES, but so we're deep in that order block. Let me just check on a 15-minute time frame what's going on. We actually fell a little bit deeper into this order block. These are all order blocks, so this is fine. We're still in this PD array. So right here, as you can see, there's no top wick. So this is my change in state level, right? Why? Because a change in state of delivery is a candle closure. A bullish change in state of delivery is a candle closure above the series of down close candles that swept lows, right? So this is the series of down close candles that swept lows. Okay. So, right, as you can see, it swept the sell side liquidity. So a closure above this level would be a change in state. So let's see what happens. If we sweep liquidity again, we swept liquidity again. So as you can see, we swept liquidity again. I still have not entered a trade, right? Because we haven't gotten that change in state. This is a new change in state because this series of down close candles is a series that swept lows. All right, let's see what happens. No closure, no closure. Swept lows again. So this is the new change in state level. Okay, as you can see, swept lows. All right, you see, it's just, let me delete that. See what happens. Okay, if we sweep lows again, we swept lows again. So what is the change in state level? This is the change in state level. At this point, we're a little bit deeper into, we're probably in another PD array right now. Let's see. Yes, so we have this series, this big series of up close candles, and we have this order block right here. This is the order block. Okay, why is it an order block? Because this is a down close candle. Actually, these are both order blocks. All right, so let's see, blah, blah, blah. Still no top wick here, which is a good sign. Okay, no top wick means that we have to put in a top wick. So I'm still confident in the setup. See what happens. Sweep lows again. All right, guys, I skipped a little bit too far. So anyways, let me recap. This is the sell side sweep right here. This is the change in state, obviously, on this candle. Let me just select this bar. Let's delete that. This is the candle that changed the state of delivery as soon as we pulled into this 15-minute order block. Okay, so I'm assuming there's some SMT down here. Yes. Bum, bum, bum. Let me just draw this candle for you so you can see. Okay, this is the entry. This is the entry. Okay, because this is the candle that changed the state. This is the entry. I'm gonna put 1,001. Right. So that's the entry, and then what do we target? We target the open, which is right here. Right, just easy target. Okay, easy resting liquidity. See what happens. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, this is a very long trade. Boom, right there. And we went ahead and took out that candle and put in a top wick. So this would have been a nice, what R is this? This is a pretty fat trade. 10-point stop. Right, this is a nice 52-point trade right there. And this is a trade that I 100% would have taken. Okay, the entry is over here. Right, this is a trade that I 100% would have taken. So there's the first example. Let me do a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more for you guys because I want you guys to see the power of this. All right. So let's go back to this. Let's find a different candle. Again, guys, this is a back testing session, so I'm literally just picking random candles and showing you. Let's do a random candle. Let's do an easy one so you guys can clearly see. All right. I like this. I like this candle. All right. So we're going to go ahead and select this bar. Okay. So I'm bearish. I would be bearish. Why would I be bearish? Because we just pulled into this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. Okay. After sweeping this external range low right here. Okay. And if you have heard me before, price only moves from external range to internal range and internal range to external range. So what I would be looking for in this next 4-hour candle is either a move to the upside out of this range or a move back down to the lowest. Obviously, guys, I'm not entering any trade unless the confluences are there. So again, first thing we do here, okay, for this next candle is we drop to the lower time frames like the hourly or the 15-minute, and we look for PD rays. So at first I see this hourly bearish fair value gap right here, right? And I also, let me see if there's any PD rays on the 15-minute that might be better. Let's see. We have this 15-minute gap as well right here, small one. So when there's two fair value gaps, like there's this small one too. Okay, so when there's two fair value gaps, all you got to do, you don't got to know, right? You don't have to know which one price is going to pull into. You just wait for a confirmation, right? That's the beauty of this. We're not anticipating price. We're waiting for the confirmation before you get an entry. So these are both hourly gaps. If you remember what I said, the aligned time frame for an hourly is a 5-minute execution. Okay. So we're looking for three things again before this 10 a.m. open. We're looking for a liquidity sweep. Okay, we're looking for SM2 with ES, and we're looking for change in state of delivery. Okay, so these are both hourly gaps. Let's see what price does at this open. Remember, a bearish candle is an open, high, low, close. Okay, an open, high into some sort of PD ray, and then low, close. So let's see. Okay, so we open, distribute higher. Do we touch that other gap? No. Do we ever touch the gap? No, we don't. But look. So that gap is out of the window. Let me just mark this out. Okay, this is an hourly gap. Remember our checklist, liquidity sweep. Let me just go back because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about here. Okay, liquidity sweep. We did sweep liquidity. Okay, so we swept this buy side liquidity, meaning that a change in state of delivery would be under this leg, right? Because a change in state of delivery to the downside is a candle closure below the series of up close candles that swept these highs. So this was a series of up close candles that swept the highs. Okay. So a candle closure below would be a change in state. So let's see. And I'm assuming there's some sort of SM2 with ES here again. All right. So let's see. Okay. We get that closure. This would be the entry. Okay. Highlighter right here. This is the candle closure, right? So, which means we would go, you know what? Let's fuck it. Let's do 5,000 micros. So we would go short right here, right? What do we target? Well, we target resting liquidity. My first TP level would be this, right? This is the bottom wick of the 4-hour, and then my final TP would be this liquidity down here. And let me just write that out for you guys. Okay, so right, this would be first TP, top right, and then this would be final TP, top right again. Okay, so it'd be final TP, this would be first TP. All right, So you see everything is checked off. We have that higher time frame PD array, the 1 hour fair value gap. On the 5-minute chart, we have the change in state, we have the buy side sweep, and then we have the SMT with the yes. Okay. So I would go short there. My stop would go at the protected high, which is right here, right? This is a larger stop, so I would size a little bit down, and then my final TP would be all the way at this low down here. Okay, let's see what happens. First TP hit, right? So I would partial at that first TP, and then final TP is down here. Do we take it? Let's see if we take it. No, we don't take it. So at that point in this trade, I most likely would have partialed here, and then I would have moved my stop to somewhere like here or something. All right, so let's see. This would be my adjusted stop. Let's see what happens. Again, another failure swing. Wow, this is just quite the trade, huh? Obviously, this wouldn't be a trade that would happen in real time. This has gone on for way too long. But let's see if it ends up taking my final TP. Yeah, so it would have stopped me out right there and then ran and hit my final TP. So you see, that's a bearish example, right? We have everything. Just to recap, okay, we have the higher time frame, right? The 1 hour fair value gap. Then we have the 5-minute buy side sweep, SMT with the S, and change in state. And then we target opposing liquidity, and that would be the trade. Now let me go back. Where is price here? Okay. Let me just skip to present day. Let me skip to present day, and then let's do another example. I think these backtesting sessions are really helpful for you guys because it just lets you see like how I trade in real time. So let's see. Okay, we can do, let's do, as you can see, guys, I'm not like, this is just real, I'm not bullshitting anything. All right, let's go right here. This bullish example. I like this. Okay, so this is the 10 a.m. Okay, 10 a.m. candle. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Let's see what we have. Okay, we have this fair value gap right here. This hourly gap. Let's see if we have anything on the 15-minute that's worth offering. Yeah, same shit. All right, hourly gap. Okay. Oh wait, do we have this 15-minute? This was never mitigated, but it was tapped into way too many times. So we have this hourly gap right here. Okay. And then we have this 15-minute gap right here. I don't particularly love this 15-minute gap just because it's been wicked into too many times. But let's see. Okay, this is about to be the 10 a.m. open. Let me just drop to the 1 minute. Let's see where price wants to go. All right. Okay. So we pulled into this hourly fair value gap. Since we're in the hourly gap, right? That's a 5-minute alignment, right? Hourly gap, 5-minute execution, 15-minute gap, 1-minute execution, right? So this is our change in state level. Why is it our change in state level? Because we swept these lows, right? And this was the single down close candle that swept that low, right? So a closure above this down close candle would be the change in state. So let's see what happens. Well, looks like we made a new low. Do we have any PD rays down there? We probably do. What just happened? Okay. Probably have, we have this little gap right here. Okay, this is an hourly gap. Okay. Guys, remember, like us sweeping this low has no effect on me because I haven't entered a trade yet. You get me? Like, I'm just, at this point during the day, I'm just spectating, right? I'm not like trading right now. Okay, so yeah, we can use this 15-minute order block, but I'll just use this hourly gap. All right, so hourly gap, 5-minute. So closure above this level would be the change in state. Let's see. Well, you see, that is the type of candle that I hate, because there's no entry here. Why is there no entry? Because, well, this was the candle that changed the state of delivery, right? But look at this range. This is a 198 point stop. Fuck that. Right? I would never take that. I would either wait for a retest or just, this wouldn't be a trade. But obviously, you know, we would target buy side liquidity, which would probably be this NWAG right here. So let's see what happens. If we get a retest of this change in state, I would take that. But from this candle, it looks like we're never going to retest that level. So we didn't get an entry there unless we retest the level. Looks like we're not going to ever. And right there, that would be that trade complete. Sometimes you don't get an entry, sometimes you do. I mean, like, look at this range. This is like a, well, actually, it would be way up here. The entry would be here. Stupid trade. But like 279 fucking, this would be a 279 point trade right there, right? 1.41 R. This isn't something that I would take because it's huge range. But, you know, maybe if we were using different time frames, right? Like if I use this 15-minute time frame, let me cut back. Right? If I use this 15-minute time frame, then what I could have done was use this order block as an entry. Okay, this would be like a 15-minute order block, and then right, the 1-minute time frame is aligned with the 15-minute again. So we drop to the 1 minute and then look for the 3 confluences, which is a change in state, which is right here. This is the level that swept lows. So this would be a change in state, right? Because we swept these lows. Let me just put a level there. And then we probably have SMT down here. Okay, we swept lows again. So this would be the change in state, right? Let's see. So, I mean, we could have potentially gotten a better entry here. Still, like, too large of a range. I really don't like that range. Let's see how big that range is. See, that's like an 85 point stop, which is still ridiculous. I mean, it's still a better entry. And then we would target those same highs, obviously, for a 393 point trade. And then price would go ahead, obviously, and run, take it eventually. Wow. This is just, but you see what I'm doing here? Like, you see that all these confluences that I talk about, you see them coming together, right? Like, okay, super like ridiculous right here. Like we had, this is a trade that obviously would never go through because like, look how stupid this is. But we eventually go ahead and take these highs, obviously, as we know, right there. Okay. So it's the same principle, just applied differently. All right, let's try again. Let's do another example. I like doing these examples just so you guys see because I need you guys to see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is exactly how I trade every single day. All right, so I feel like it's important that you guys understand what it is. So let's do one more. Let's do this candle right here. Okay, so we drop to the hourly. What do we have here? We have this gap. Let's see if we have any 15-minute PD arrays. I like using 15-minute PD arrays better just because I can get a better entry. So we have this 15-minute gap right here, right? And we're obviously bullish because we opened, made a low. We pulled into this 4-hour gap right here. Bullish fair value gap after sweeping external range liquidity, right? These relative equal lows, we swept them, right? So this would be a bullish fair value gap. And because of that fair value gap, because we swept this external range lows, I would be bullish. Okay, that's why my bias is bullish here. So this 15-minute fair value gap, right? 1 minute execution, drop down to the 1 minute. What are we looking for? We are looking for same things we look for every single time. Liquidity sweep. Okay, so I want to see price sweep these lows, and then I want to see price wait, hold up. Let me change this. I want to see price sweep these lows, make an SMT with ES, and then get a change in state. So let's see. Okay, so I don't think price is going to go ahead and sweep these lows. So at this point, if price doesn't look like it's going to sweep these lows, I could use relative lows. Okay, so on the 15-minute chart here, what do we have? We have this order block right here. So that's exactly what I would use instead of this big fair value gap. I would use this little order block. Right, drop to the 1 minute again because this is a 15-minute PD array. Price already opened, so these would be the lows that I was looking at just because they're equal lows. Right, so once price sweeps these lows, which it did right there, okay, this would be that change in state. Closure above this series of down close candles. Okay, right here. Let me just highlight this. This candle right here would be the entry. Okay, let me select this bar, X that out. This would be the entry. And then I would go ahead and target highs. So I would target, this would be my first TP right here. And then obviously if I was swinging options or something, right, because this move won't happen in a day. If I was swinging options, this would be my final TP, right, just this high. So let's drop down to 1 minute again. Let's see. Okay, first TP, final TP. Let me draw that again. And then final TP. All right. So I'd get in. My stop would go at these lows. And then my first TP be here for a 1.3R. And then my final TP would be all the way up here. So it'd be like 105 points. Let's see what happens. All right. Looks like this is going to be an extremely slow trade. Let me go to the 5 minute just to speed this up a little bit. All right, first TP is hit. So I would go ahead and partial there. And then let's see, final TP. Let me zoom out. Final TP would be hit as well right there. So you see first TP, final TP. All right. So you see, this is $1 million trade. So you see, this is exactly how I trade every single day. I mean, there's not much that goes into it. It's the same thing. So we find our bias using the 4 hour or daily or whatever, right? So on the daily time frame, if we're trading out of a bearish fair value gap to the downside, then I'm obviously bearish. So if the 4 hour time frame, if we're pulling into a bullish PD ray on the 4 hour time frame, and I'm bearish on the daily chart, I wouldn't take a long, I would take a short, right? I would anticipate us to sweep through that PD ray since the higher time frame narrative is bearish, right? But if everything is aligned and on the 4 hour time frame we're trading inside of a 4 hour fair value gap, I would obviously go ahead and be bullish. So in order to be bullish, like I said, every bullish candle opens, manipulates lower, distributes higher, and then closes, right? That's how bullish candles work. So that's exactly what I'm doing. We are anticipating price to open, and then what we do is price goes ahead and trades into a PD ray on the hourly or 15-minute time frame, right? So this is PD ray, and then we drop to the aligned time frames, right? A 1 hour PD ray is a 5-minute execution, right? A 15-minute PD ray is a 1-minute execution. Okay, so we drop to the aligned time frames, and we're looking for the liquidity sweep. Okay, let me mark that out for you. We are looking for that SMT with ES, and then we are looking for that change in state of delivery, which is our entry. So this change in state is our entry, right? So we enter on this candle. On this candle right here, because that's the one that changes the state, and then we target opposing liquidity. So like either the open or the or just like highs, like relative equal highs or relative highs, whatever, right? Resting liquidity. So that is essentially how I take all of my trades, right? There's not much else that goes into this. So you find your bias, your narrative, and then you trade the 4 hour candle. Okay, I don't take any trade before 10 a.m. because 10 a.m. is the first 4 hour open every single day. So this is exactly how I trade every single day. This is like a complete backtesting session. I mean, you saw that I literally picked it with you. Like I didn't plan this. I didn't do anything. I just started recording and I was like, you know what? Let's do a backtesting session. So if you guys learned anything from this video, you learned how to properly catch the manipulation and trade the distribution. So if this video helped you, go ahead and subscribe down below if you feel like it. Obviously, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. Also, leave me a comment if you have any video ideas. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the socials. I mean, I don't need to tell you what to do. You'll probably figure it out. And yeah, so I can make more videos like this. Just let me know what you want me to make videos on. Let me know if this helped you, if you learned from these backtesting sessions. Anything I can do to sort of help you guys, I will do. With that being said, go ahead and subscribe, follow me on my socials, and have a great rest of your day.